Hey y'all, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kelly.
And we're with Stand Up Arkansas, and we're presenting our Arkansas Voters Guide endorsements of the candidates that we know something about and tell you why we think that you should vote on them. And we're going to talk about House District 70, which is
North Little Rock.
And Sherwood.
And
Y'all,
Sherwood.
Everybody always forgets Sherwood. I grew up literally in the district that he's running in, and it isn't North Little Rock.
It is North Little Rock, but it's also
Yes.
a little piece of Sherwood, the old Sherwood.
It's
what we call Old Sherwood.
It is Old Sherwood, and I did live in Cade's district, which is kind of north of Kiel as well. But if you're in Sherwood and you're like, I think the line is either club or country club going south, which would be like your brother's neighborhood, Kohler, all of that up in there where the old pool is.
Yep.
And then you go all the way over into Park Hill. He goes all the way north up 107. And technically, Camp Robinson is in his district. And then it goes over, kind of over there by St. Joe's Orphanage. And then it kind of cuts back up Crystal Hill, Amboy, and all that kind of stuff. I think is all his.
He covers a big
It's a big,
swath.
Amboy might not be his.
No, because I think that's Cassandra, maybe.
Yeah, that might be Cassandra.
Yeah.
But
Either way, if you're in North Little Rock or Sherwood and you have Alex Holliday on your ballot, or you know people who live in North Little Rock or Sherwood, then please share this.
Yeah, Carlton Wing is who he's running
Yep.
against. And Carlton is vulnerable because this race, the Democrats shouldn't have lost this one. If we had a quality candidate at all in the last election, we would have won that one. But we just had a terrible candidate. So this time we're going to have a great turnout.
Yeah,
Alex is
excited
working.
about Alex. He has really been out. I saw something where he has now knocked on 5,500 doors in his area. That is a lot of doors to knock. And many of those he has many of them he has personally been door to door.
Yep.
And he is really out doing the work. He's a dad.
He's a girl dad.
He's
like
a girl
what
dad.
they would call the girl dad, you know, he's all of it. And he shows up. And they were out in the rain yesterday. They're like, we got to get these last doors knocked. And they had a team out there. And y'all, he's just a good old guy. What I like about Alex is I really think the state of Arkansas really wants to come back to kind of the middle. There's too much of the extremes on the right and on the left that's polarizing. And Alex lives like
Right in the middle.
his friends think he's a Republican. Like when he announced it, said he's running a Democrat, he's like, no, I am a Democrat.
And I think they tried to get him to run as a Republican.
They did want him to run as a Republican. And, you know, his friends, his family, where he goes to school, church, all that kind of stuff, he's surrounded by conservatives and moderate conservatives. And we need to be able to reach that side.
Right.
Like if we're going to elect a Democrat, we need a Democrat that can talk to the Republicans. We've got to come together, and he is that guy. He would be the leader in getting the two parties together, and we need a lot of that right now.
Yeah.
And he's just a good guy.
I think he'll be a really good collaborator. There's a few issues this year that are super important. Some of ours, all of ours, really line up with Alex's. Public education is a big one. He is a fierce advocate for public education. It's actually the reason that he decided to run. He had a situation with his girls' school, and he
They didn't have a teacher.
Right, and he started to do
Like
some digging.
both of his girls started school without a teacher.
And he started to do some digging to understand why this was happening and started learning about the LEARNS Act and the damage that it was doing. And that prompted him to run for this office.
Yeah, he was going to run for school board.
Right.
But like, you know, school board, you get like one chance every like 4 years to run for your district. And he's like, run for state house.
Do it. And he did.
I think. But y'all, just go look at his webpage. He is not at all a radical. He's not a
But
crazy
he does
liberal.
support women's reproductive rights.
That doesn't
and
make
that's
you
important.
radical, so do I.
But it's important to call that out right now.
Yes, for sure.
Because that is a divide here in Arkansas. And if I were in Alex's district, that would be my number one question is how does he feel about that? And so I think that the women particularly, but also the men who it's important to, need to know that he is on the side of women's autonomy.
Yes. He's about government transparency. He doesn't like what went down with shielding the governor's office. So, you know, we have some pretty core values that the people of Arkansas, I really think, want to see change in. and he lines up with those.
Yep.
And, that's
I'll tell
important.
you, we did one of our first big events that we did getting the petition signed was in Lakewood, which is in the heart of Alex's district. And I think that we had something like 500 people that came that day to sign the petitions. And so what I know about that community is that they believe in direct democracy. They believe that the people should have a voice, and they don't believe that politics or party should be how those decisions are made. And I believe that Alex is the guy who's going to represent that community the best.
I agree. So for House District 70, North Little Rock, Sherwood, we're firmly in the camp of Holladay.
Yes, we are.
We're going to take a holiday.
Every day's a holiday.
Absolutely. I'm Steve.
I'm Kelly.
And this is Stand Up. Get this message out. If you know anybody in Central Arkansas, please share this, subscribe, let them know, because there's a lot of people that's going to go to the polls, and we just got to get people informed of who they can vote for. Okay. Thanks, y'all.